episode 78 of the Arctic Knitting Podcast. My name is Emilia and I am as always coming to you from the northern part of Norway, and I am here to show you what I have been making the last couple of weeks. I also have a few projects that isn't from the last couple of weeks because I had a bit of a hiatus from podcasting, but now I'm back. So I have some finished objects to show you. Today I have the one I'm wearing. I have two more photos and I have one work in progress to show you. You can find me on Instagram as Arctic Knitting, and you can find my store at arcticyarns.com. I also have some patterns up on Ravelry, but all of those will be linked in the thing down below, so you can find it there. And let's just start with what I'm wearing. This is a pretty new knit that's just finished. I'm going to stand up to show you. So there's some shallows here, but this is the No Frills sweater by Petite Knit. I've been wearing this, not every day, I have been washing it, but I've been wearing it a lot. It's not that long, it sits right on my hip, which means that it's great both for wearing with pants and for skirts. It's made out of two strands of yarn held together. It's Sandnes Sunday and Sandnes Tynn Silk Mohair, which both are Norwegian commercial yarn. The Sunday yarn is actually a non-superwash merino, which is absolutely gorgeous. I've been using that yarn quite a bit lately, and I have some of it up in my stash because I've been buying yarns. Actually, I was organizing my stash the other day and I put everything into Ravelry. I tried to keep Ravelry updated, but I'm not the best at it. But I put what was missing up there and updated everything, and it turns out that I have more than 40 kilos of yarn. And I think it's about 3-4 kilos of the Sunday, which is a pretty new one. But I've been buying it for everything because non-superwash merino is super soft. It's a fingering weight, and held together with silk mohair is both warm and really cozy. So this has been on my plans for quite a while, this sweater. It has short rows, so it fits really good up at the neck, and other than that it's just a basic raglan work top down. So I might be making more of these because it's a really good everyday sweater, but at the same time I have quite a bit of garments that I want to make. I think the top 9 that I put out on Instagram is actually 10 because one of the pictures is both a vest and a sweater. But I think I have planned out like 12 garments that the yarn is just lined up in queue for making one after one. So it might not happen. But if someone comes bringing one of these as gifts, it will get worn. It's a gorgeous sweater. I don't know if it's said, but the pattern is the No Frills by Petite Knit. It is available in English, I think, but I'm going to link to the Ravelry page that I have made for this, and you can find all the information about it there. A couple of weeks ago, I think it was just after I finished recording episode 77, I decided to start making a vest for the store, because it turns out that vests are really hot at least in the Norwegian knitting community. I made a vest called the Stockholm Slipover a while ago. I'm sorry I don't have any pictures of it because it's in the store. I work part-time in a yarn store, and I made a vest and realized that vests aren't really my thing. I don't wear them, so I brought it to the store so we have it there as a sample. But I kind of enjoy knitting them because no sleeves. You don't have the second sleeve to make. You don't even have the first sleeve to make. So I decided that I was going to make another one because we sold quite a bit of yarn from that sample. So I decided to make a sample for the holiday slipover as well. Whilst the Stockholm slipover is the same yarn combination as this and knit on, I think it might be 3.5mm needles. The holiday slipover is made with 2 strands of Sandnes Kos and 1 strand of thin silk mohair, which basically means that you end up with a super chunky yarn, and I think the gauge is like 14 stitches or something, but it's knit on 10mm needles, and you're supposed to use 9mm needles for the ribbings around the neckline and around the arms and at the bottom, but I decided to go with 8mm needles there just because I couldn't reach my 9mm when I got to that point. So I knit the brown one. I'm going to put up a picture of it here. You might have seen it on Instagram because I put that one in the store, so it's on display there now. But I knit that one first, and I basically knitted, I think I used 2 evenings and it was done. It's a super chunky vest. Even if I was into vests, this wouldn't be it. It's just, for me, it's just too chunky, and it's just, I don't know, it's something about it. I really didn't enjoy how this product turned out, but apparently other people disagree with me because it's on a mannequin in the store and we are selling quite a bit of yarn for it. So, but I'm not that into chunky knits. I think it's because I'm so petite that when I wear, if it's a vest or a sweater, or even if it's just a store-bought coat, if the clothes are big or chunky, I feel like I'm drowning in them. I just look even smaller. But I put up that vest in the store, and whilst I was knitting on it, my mom was visiting and she just had her birthday, and she just casually reminded me that she hadn't got a birthday gift and she would love a knitted vest. And I don't really enjoy knitting for others, but I held up the vest that I was just knitting on and I said something like this, and she said, well, yeah, but she didn't want a split hem, and she also wanted it longer, and she wanted the ribbing at the bottom to sort of tuck it in a little bit so that it sits better on her body. And I thought, okay, I can do that. 10mm needles, done in 2 nights, I can do that. So I cast on a vest for her. She wanted it in blue, I have it here. So this is the one I knit for her. And you can see that it has no split in the sides, and it's going to go to right below her waist. So this is the same yarn combination. It's 2 strands of Kos and 1 strand of thin silk mohair, and it flew by very quickly. But I don't think I will knit anything else in this. It's okay to knit with 10mm needles, but I don't like the products. It's just too much. But after I finished this one, which was from my mom, put that away, all of a sudden I'm pink. I have no idea what's going on with the lighting. There, I'm normal again. Anyways, after I finished the vest on 10mm needles, I decided that I was going to start with something that I really wanted for me. So I went to my stash. I found these 2 yarns. It's Finul. It's color 401 and I think it's 414. And I downloaded and started the pattern for the Islander, which is it's a pattern by Skein. I'm going to hold it up and show you. I just started the sleeve. It looks kind of small, but it actually fits me perfect. It's going to be right above my hips, which is a perfect length for me. And I love the construction of this. She also has another sweater that has the same construction. It's the Otra. And I have a yarn for that one as well. That's going to be knit as well. That one is made to be worn with more positive ease. And although I really like this, it's not a slim fit, but although I like no negative ease, I'm going to make that with more. I put positive ease, of course. I'm going to make it with more positive ease. I haven't decided really on, I think something like this, maybe even a little bit bigger, because it would look perfect with the kind of skirts that I love wearing. But this will as well. So you start on this one, you start on top. You cast on here on the neckline. And then there are short rows, pick up stitches for the front, working around. You can see I have the stick here. I cut it open, but you work in around like this with short rows and increases for the neckline. Cast on some stitches there, and at that point it was just too much of hassle to turn it, because there's so much going on with the stick in the front and the stick for the arm, so I decided to just cut it open. I haven't done anything. I just took a scissor and cut it. That's the beauty of working with Norwegian wool. You can see here is my stick. It doesn't unravel at all. I still have a few stitches too. So this one is just going to get tucked in. I haven't really decided on how I'm going to do that, and I'm going to pick up stitches along this side for the neckline. I just started, I haven't cut open for this sleeve, so you can see there's a stick here. And I just started this one, and when I got... I don't like sticking, because I don't even crochet, I just cut it open. So I like picking up the stitches and start knitting before I cut, because when you are picking up stitches you're kind of pulling the strands. So I picked up the stitches and I worked the sleeve to just about a couple of centimeters less than it's now, and then I turned it inside out, cut the stick just so that I could try the fit of the sleeve. So that's where I'm at with that. I'm hoping that this will be finished pretty soon. It's been lasted a little bit more than a week. And the funny thing about this pattern is that it's called an Islander, which I don't know where the name comes from, but it's one of the more traditional Norwegian patterns. You have the Marius and the Setesdal, and this is one of those kind of patterns. My grandpa had one of these sweaters that he used to wear all the time, and I think most grandparents, my grandparents are dead, but they were pretty old. But I think that most people born before the 1920s had, at least the males, have had these sweaters. You can buy like store-bought copies of them at every like sport outlet, and yeah, they are sort of everywhere, but they're not fashion like the Marius was. I got so sick of the Marius because it's just Marius everywhere. It's on clothes, it's even on spatulas. It's Marius everywhere. But this one hasn't been popular like that. It's just something that has been used for many years. It's not a hard pattern at all. You can probably see the chart just by looking at this. It's a pretty easy chart, and I have made multiple garments with pattern all over them. And there are patterns for raglan, so it's not that I didn't want to stick. I don't know why I haven't made anything of this before, because it's been in my queue. I remember when I started knitting like 12 years ago, I saw one of these in a gorgeous blue, back when I liked blue, gorgeous blue and white color, and I decided to make that, but I never got around to casting it on. And I don't know how many patterns of this inspired by this traditional Islander I have had plans to start, but I never gotten around to. So I'm so glad that I have started this, and I think it will get a lot of wear. I love this yarn. As you can hear, I love the tradition. I love the pattern. And also I just barely try this on because I can't put my sleeve out here because it hasn't been sticked, but I put it over my head and one arm, and it feels like the fit is going to be perfect here. So I can really recommend this, especially if you like trying new constructions, new ways of constructing a garment, because it was so much fun doing that. I talked with Ellie after I had done the top of it, and I had to tell her that at one point I got pretty annoyed with the pattern because it just didn't fit. Then it turned out, because she had made like an extra document that is charts for the short rows, and then it of course turned out that I had been casting on for size 1, which is the smallest size, and I was using the chart for size 2. So the pattern was absolutely wonderful to work from if you just make sure you use the right chart and everything will be fine. And now it's just going to be the sleeves, and after that it is going to be a wearable garment that I think will get a lot of wear, because we still have pretty much, winter hasn't come yet. We have to have winter before we get summer, so this will get a lot of wear. Is there anything else I would like to say? No, I don't think so. This is basically what I've been working on since the last time, and the two vests. I decided to spare some of the other finished objects until the next episode, because the one that I had from earlier, just because I like to have content. And I see that this is going to be a short one, but that's just the way it is. Other than that, I have been cleaning up in the web store. So if you go over there now, it has a new look, it has new menus. I think it's easier to navigate. Please let me know what you think. You kind of, when you work with, whenever I change something in the web store, I really can't, I get to a point where I can't see if it's working or not. I think this is working out well, but let me know if there's anything that isn't working. I've also been discounting quite a bit. There's lots of stuff in the store now that is 30% off, because I am going to pension some of my, or discontinue some of my some of my colorways. There are some other products there that I'm going to stop selling, because I have so many ideas for other stuff that I want to put up in the store. But I kind of need to clean out a little bit from my office. I've been going through all of my stock is the word. I've been going through all of my stock and putting it up there, and if you see anything that's discounted that you would like to buy, you should really buy it now, because I'm not going to make the same thing again. There are some gradient sets, there are quite a bit of yarn with mostly colorways that are going to be discontinued, and there's also some prints and cards. And there's a few of the enamel pins with silver mittens, because I actually found some of them and I decided to just move them out of there. Also, if you don't know that, I have worldwide shipping for 60 Norwegian kroner, which is somewhere around $6. I'm not sure, but it's about there. And if you buy for more than 700 Norwegian, you will get free shipping worldwide. Yeah, and the fiber is also discounted, because I don't think I'm going to do much. I don't think I'm going to continue to dye fiber. It's fun to do, but it takes quite a bit of time, and I don't know, the whole spinning thing. I have the wheel, I'm looking at the wheel right now, it's behind the camera. But I'm not into spinning at the moment, and therefore I'm not into fiber, so I'm not going to... I'm into fiber, of course I'm into fiber. But I'm not spinning at the moment, and my spinning mojo has been long gone for over a year, and I don't feel like dyeing fiber, so I'm not going to do that for quite some time. I think I have some undyed. I'm not sure, I discounted the fiber just to... yeah. Other than that, life in general, looking out the window, we don't have winter. We have winter, it's like minus 20 degrees. It's not, it's minus 15. It's freezing, and we have no snow. We haven't had snow this winter at all. I think we had like 1 centimeter around Christmas, and we're used to having like piles of snow. We are used to shoveling snow all the time, and there's no snow, which actually is working out kind of good, because I don't really enjoy the snow. But on the other hand, if it's snowing, it's not that cold, and also it gets lighter outside. I think it's the 25th today, and I think the first day the sun is above the horizon in my city is the 21st. I haven't seen the sun yet, but the days are getting longer, which is good, because it's been a really dark, long winter. The polar night is about 2 months here, where there is just dark around the clock. But the snow lights up the polar night a bit, and we haven't had snow this year, so the polar night just felt like it lasted forever. But now we are getting some... there's actually daylight outside, which is so exciting, you have no idea. Other than that, I haven't been doing anything. Most of my time has gone towards the web store and doing everything I've been doing there. I have been knitting. I have been doing more knitting than I should. I have been just cleaning the house and trying to reorganize myself. I have so much stuff. I'm trying to get rid of some stuff so that I don't have to spend all my time moving that stuff around. Yeah, very exciting. Exciting life. Lockdown in the Arctic. I'm inside, it's freezing. Anyways, how do I end this? Anyways, it was really nice talking with you again, and I will see you again soon. I'm not going to give you a date. I will see you again soon. Bye.